I would suggest that you find him somewhere on the internet. Maybe I can find a website where he hangs out and get you dialed into him. He really knows what he's doing. Uh, every time I listen to him, he just makes eminently good sense. And he has said this for months relative to the COVID-19 pandemic, uh, that we're going to have to get to a place where 60 to 70% of the population is going to have either been infected or been injected. Hmm. What he's talking about is, of course, herd immunity. Right now, only 5% of the population has antibodies, has been has been infected. Since we don't have a solution to the problem, uh, a vaccine, that means that 5% of the population has been infected. We're a long way from 60 to 70%. When you get the population to that level of infection, you then sort of put the brakes, if you will, on the virus. And that's just, it doesn't spread. It just doesn't, because you got that many people in a population that are protected. So, you know, this is where we're at. And it's, it is certainly troubling. Then we now have, there's an interesting another interesting piece to this puzzle. You have 21 states that are going up in infection rate, and about the same number that are going down. And the scientists can't figure out quite why that is. So just hold that thought for a second. And let me go back to Reggie. You need to send me the code, please. Um, go back to this notion that 60 to 70% of the population is needs to be infected. That is, I mean, that's a fact. Um, and how we're going to get there, I suppose we're going to get there if we continue this sort of reckless way of reopening the country, not in terms of how it's being done, but in terms of people not remaining compliant when it when it starts to reopen in different sectors, whether it be restaurants or whatever. Some restaurants opened, they were open for a week, now had to close because their workers got infected with the virus. So we're in a real pickle here. But to Dr. Ulsterholm's point, if we continue to do this, reopening in the way that we're doing it, we're gonna have a lot of trouble um, in terms of people getting infected and people dying. You'll get to 60 to 70% a lot quicker, but at a far heavier human toll. Now, and I'm just going to say this: I don't care what your politics is. I could give a rip. I'm not interested. This for me has nothing to do with politics. Zero. You know, zero, zero. Nothing. I could care less. I got other things to do in my life. I'm not interested in your politics. I'm interested in your health. And people living in this state of denial, and apparently there are a lot of states in the union where there's a lot of denial, going to rallies with 19,000 people, going to crowded swimming pools, going to gatherings where you have scores, if not hundreds of people, is a foolish thing to do. You're putting your life at risk, and you're being selfish, and you're putting other people's life at risk. That's where we're at. Those are the facts. I wish I could say otherwise. 60 to 70% of the population needs to have been infected or injected. In other words, they have to have antibodies to slow this virus down. And again, if we continue to do what we're doing, opening in the way that we're doing it, people just relaxing and forgetting about how they got to a place where they were able to bring down the infection rate, we're going to get to 60 to 70%, but at a great human toll. And if we're comfortable with that, then okay. I, for one, am not comfortable with that. I have to, it incenses me when I hear these people, and I could name names, say, well, you should just let the virus take its course. Oh, does that include your family too? And your friends to get infected and who might get sick and die? Or is that just apply to everybody else? So in theory, you can sit there and sanctimoniously and righteously say that nonsense. But until and when you're ready to let your family get infected, then you should just sit there and shut up.
Yeah.
That's about as strong as I'm going to get on this. This is serious business. People are dying as we speak. Hospitals are now getting overwhelmed again. A second wave is coming. I'm just telling you. This is not hard to understand. It is hard to do. I understand.
That's like bars here. They opened up, last weekend, and they're already pushing on the news, like, close them back down, shut them down. Like, they're already pushing them to shut back down. Like, we're going backwards. And am I surprised? Not even a little bit.
You shouldn't be.
Anyone with common sense shouldn't be surprised this is happening.
There's going to be a second wave, and my prediction is going to make the first wave look like you were at a picnic.
Yep.
I'm being a journalist here. I'm just reporting. I'm telling you, it's bad. It's not good what we're doing. Come back, we'll talk some more.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. It's me, your immune system. I'm always hard at work defending you against the many disease-causing viruses and bacteria that you are exposed to every day. But sometimes I need help to defeat the bad bugs. Luckily, our friends at Kyolic have come to the rescue. Kyolic has 2 super immune-enhancing supplements, Kyolic Immune Formula 103 and Kyo Green Harvest Blend Immune Defense. Kyo Green Harvest Blend is a power-packed blend of organic and naturally sourced grasses, ancient grains, fruits, veggies, herbal extracts, and spirulina in a fast-dissolving drink mix for a quick and easy way to support immunity. Kyolic Immune Formula 103 combines immune-boosting nutrients with aged garlic extract. Aged garlic extract has been clinically shown to support a healthy immune response and reduce both the duration and severity of cold and flu symptoms. Help me protect you with Kyolic supplements and nutritional drink mixes to fortify your immune health today. Available at fine